Checkpoint 4, significance. This one's going to be short, but extremely important. Yeah, you thought I was wearing a tank top because I was talking about fitness and I was trying to be all cute. No, significance. Another quick story. So, if I look back at my life, it wasn't until my mid 30s that I actually well, there's two parts of my life that I felt significant, and what I mean by that is valuable. The opposite of disposable. Okay, a lot of people feel disposable. A lot of people feel undervalued, devalued. So, two parts of my life. When I was a kid, which is kind of odd, but when I was like 10, 11, 12, I felt very significant. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I just mean that I felt very authentic, very true to myself. I was out spinning on my head on carport and chasing girls and BMX racing and skating, and I was just very quote unquote John Kim. Okay, so whatever your name is, repeat that. When were you the most? In my case, it would be John Kim. In your case, I don't know what your name is, but that when I was a kid, I was very, very transparent and authentic, and also from about 35 on, post divorce, rebirth, and all that. And then building this platform and going back to school, getting my master's. A lot of stuff that I did for me is when I started to feel more quote unquote significant, quote unquote John Kim. So in my 20s, when I was running clubs, and what's funny is that in my 20s is when I was the most I would say popular, in the sense I had a lot of friends, but they weren't really friends. I had a lot of people around me. There was money coming in, but I felt very insignificant. I felt very lost. I felt very I was pursuing screenwriting. I felt very disposable. And when you feel that way, you're going to be very slippery. I talk about traction. You're going to have no traction in your life. You're going to be going through the motions. You're going to be unfulfilled. So part of realigning yourself is creating a place where you can feel significant. So think about your work, think about your relationships, all of them, and you don't have to write this down. Don't worry about the piece of paper. We've already done that. Think about your day-to-day. Think about the people in your life, and see if you realize, or see if you feel, or where you feel undervalued. You know what I'm saying? Where someone is, whether someone's treating you a certain way, or you're in a space where it just, because of the environment, it causes you to feel undervalued. Now, can you change that? So instead of ditching the relationship or quitting your job, is there a way that you, without changing the environment or the person, can you flip it where you feel more valuable? And I don't know if that's going to be a long process or a short one. What can you do where you feel indisposable, where you feel like the most you as possible? So this sounds kind of cheesy, but whenever I don't feel like John Kim, there's something wrong. Whenever I don't feel very me. So if it's at work, or if it's in a relationship, or if it's with friends, and then I have to ask myself how much of that is me and how much of that is them. So going back to kind of my whole philosophy on containers, part of building yourself a safe container is creating a space where you feel valuable, creating space where you feel significant and worthy. And it's your job to create that space for you. Going back to the fitness thing, in high school, right, on the football team, being a bench warmer, I did not feel valuable. I felt insignificant. And then now in my little CrossFit container, and I feel very significant. And I'm not saying that I'm like the best in the box or anything. I'm just saying I feel significant in the sense that my relationships are authentic, and I feel like I'm a part of something, that I fit in somewhere, and I contribute to that community. So, where in your life do you feel insignificant? It's early. And if you're feeling more insignificant in your life, then you are significant. If you feel more devalued in your life, then you feel valued. That's a great marker for what needs realignment. If you want to have a strong, healthy stance, which allows for you to have a voice, which raises your potential and increases worth and points you toward your purpose, you have to have the ability to create a space that promotes your significance, that doesn't bash it. So if you're in a relationship where you are not heard, if you are in a relationship where you're getting punched in the face or where your character is assassinated, then it's almost impossible to feel significant. It's almost impossible to get there, to build any kind of worth or belief that you have value. So one part is the ability to create that space for yourself, and ask yourself in your life where do you need to work on, as far as what, maybe it's boundaries, maybe it's redefining relationships, or getting a new job, I don't know, but what areas of your life do you need to work on to create that kind of safe space? Then the other part is, while you're doing that, what work do you need to do internally to get to a place where you believe that you're worth something? Knowing that the more you believe that you are significant, the more that you believe that you are living instead of just existing, the more that you believe you actually have value that is not contingent on praise or other people's opinions, the straighter your alignment is. And the less you believe that, the more you are veering off your path.